You can't see me. My time is now. That's the John Cena theme song and entrance. Very iconic. For any of you who are WWE fans, and the mighty Stocks Marcelo is back. So, good morning and welcome back to another live session. KB, where are those bulls? Are we gonna see some nice action today? So there's a couple of stocks that I'm watching, including SPEC. We also have BCEL, and lastly, MLEC. Just three stocks here today. And it's worth mentioning that the highest percentage gain is 30%. Yeah, SPEC is at 35%. So that's not like pretty impressive at all. So it might be a slower day. And I'm gonna prepare for that. Don Juan, what's up? Good morning. What's up? What's up? Big Steve, how you doing? Yeah, it could be a slower day, right? This entire week has been really, it's been, I don't want to use the word awful because there's always opportunity. Monday I thought that was decent, but again, in comparison to what we've been seeing last week, last month especially, it's like a night and day difference already. Like it's went from here from 100 down to like 40 or 30 or 20. It's just not the same. And so we got to be very careful. We got to make sure that we're disciplined towards the right areas, towards the right setups, and not derail and end up losing mental capital and our actual capital trading setups that are not really for us. That's the biggest thing for me because if I can stay sideways, I really don't mind. It's when we're losing, especially when I'm, trading stocks that are not really supposed to be trading, stocks that are more difficult to trade. That's when I really start to have the problem. So today I got to be as disciplined as I can be and really wait for the key opportunities. And I'm going to start with smaller size than usual. And, we'll see if something looks good. We can size up as usual. If not, we'll take it slow. But coming into the watch list, SPEC up 35%, currently around $3. We have a high point here. We have a high point at 408 for the highs. I have some previous trend lines, which I will remove. They're not as relevant. Let's see, the 200 EMA seems to be at 369. So let's adjust this price point here. That's on the daily chart, by the way. So we've pulled back. We've recently had a bit of a bottoming wick candle with a low of 13, and hopefully that helps us to curl up a little bit. SPEC. This stock we've traded before, I believe. There's this one. There's also a stock called SPRC. Two similar sounding names. But going back to October 20th, October 19th, we were selling off that big gap. So I think having that level of 804, 480 first, and then 804 as a target, I think it's not too bad here for myself. So all right, looking pretty decent. Looking pretty decent. If this can get back to pre-market highs, and we can get a test of $5, that would be pretty good. That would be pretty good. We have someone saying SPEC. There's a potential offering, it seems like, that could happen, which is usually the case for most of these stocks. So we got to be careful here. And for me, what that really means is not holding into halts going up or down. That's what that means for me. It's also why I don't like to do it typically, but in some hotter markets it can work really well, right? The halts just seems to be going higher and higher, higher. and you can make some good money. So let me turn on my screen recording and then I'll get to the next stock. So yesterday, our first red day of the year, you guys know me. I'm gonna always have that goal. Although I'm kind of a little joking about it, I'm still kind of dead serious at the same time. Like, can I go through an entire month without a red day, or an entire year if possible? So far, I think on three separate occasions we've had three red days in a month. But it's definitely something that's difficult to do. Understanding how fine the differences between green, red, every day it's really, really, it's not easy, right? That's what I'm trying to say here. It's not easy. So anyhow, moving on to BCEL. This one is up a decent amount, but it is a cheaper stock, right? So I didn't really count it, but I'll watch it. BCEL is up 100%, currently at 21 cents. 26.96. I know a lot of you guys probably are not going to be trading this. Some people do not touch below $1, and I get it. But for me, sometimes there are opportunities here. So I'll be watching. Maybe it can be pretty good. If there's a setup or two here that can get me green and allow me to just get out of here quickly, then hey, I don't mind. So looking at the daily chart, we had a high point going back to October 12th. 63 million shares of volume that day. High point was 65.62. 65.62. And of course, these stocks trade within the 100th of the penny. So we'll have that extra decimal place. The 200 EMA is at 62.67. So this is interesting. We might have some room to the upside here. The 200 EMA on the daily chart. So that doesn't look bad. All right, that gives us some room here. Can we get to, the high 26? If we do, maybe can we see 35, 40, 45, over time 50? And that in itself would be a pretty good move. That'd be another 100%. So if that could happen on this stock and there's some sweet setups along the way, then that might be all that we need here for those of us who are not, who are willing to trade the cheaper price range. Some of the guys in the chat room, they love this stuff. Some people trade it exclusively, actually. So it's different, different, let's say, takes. Some people, preference-wise. Lastly, we have MLEC. MLEC. High point on this one here, and this is up 31%, right? 8 million shares of volume. We got 349 for the highs. We have been pulling back recently, and we have lows all the way at 257 down here. 257 for lows. On the daily chart, looking back at the 200 EMA in February of last year, we had some candlesticks all the way back, let's see, all the way up to $9. Probably not going to get there today, so I'm not even going to map out those levels. The 200 EMA itself is at 363. And that's right up there at the pre-market high. So can we get to the pre-market high? And if we break over, I'll take it in small increments, maybe 15-cent increments. Hey, can we see 385? Can we see 4? Can we see 415? I'll just take it slow, read the price action as best as I can. And if this goes to like 450 or $5, as the 2-minute warning is hitting, that would be amazing. So yeah, those are the stocks. SPEC will be the main one that I keep an eye on. And I'll go from here. Hopefully we can see some good opportunities, man. For me at this point, most days we're like, let's say 95%, 98% of the times it's a hot day, I will do well. But when it's not a hot day, I got to be careful. Got to watch out. Make sure that I'm very, very patient. And there's less room for mistakes because the opportunities are fewer and very, very far apart. So we got to be careful. We got to put forward our best trading today. We got to be disciplined. And in doing so, we'll give ourselves the best shot. So I'm going to start with small size. Just in case the first minute or two is pretty weak, I protect myself. If it's not, then I get a small base hit to start the day. That's not a problem. I don't mind starting the day small green. So other than that, let's manage risk. That is the definition of what we do here. It's risk management. This is not a place for emotions. This is not a place to be going wild and crazy. We must keep control at all times if we expect to stand a chance. So let's do what's necessary to ensure success. Remember our disclaimer, all right? Remember that trading is risky, trading is hard, trading is a business. Here in the States, within 3 years, 80% of small businesses fail, right? So that's a pretty brutal statistic there, and trading is no different. So take it slow, utilize a small amount of cash as you start, utilize paper trading, reduce your risk. Remember, the live streams are never an invitation to copy trade. And lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers. So be careful with fake accounts and impersonating accounts. I will never message you first. I'll never ask for money. So here we go. Not a bad start for the stock, but how well are we going to hold up? We got a high of 45 SPEC. There's 30 on the bids. Pulling back a little bit. ROMA from yesterday hitting the scans. I did not check that one for continuation, but sold off. The halt up is at 475 for ROMA. There's a bit of a spread here. Hitting the Momo scans. SPEC not looking bad either. I'm gonna increase my share size because I like how it's looking. I'm gonna get a little distracted there, so I am gonna miss 45 break. Jeez Louise, look at that. Wow. See, this is the type of market we're dealing with right now. And I'm already saying, hey, I'm gonna increase size because I like to move up there to 50. It's just right back down. You can't make this stuff up. I'll take a $67 loss there. Buying at 42, I'm like, you know what? Let me just get out because the last few days we're not holding up super well on those drops. And we are below VWAP. Watching at ROMA here. I got small size. The volume is very light. For now, at least. Big sellers. Big sellers coming in. Not a bad start for BCEL either. ROMA. What are we gonna do here? There's another seller, of which we're buying up the shares. Can we see the break of 4? Or, yeah, break of 5 rather? The halt is at 511. That's so frustrating. I put out the bid, I couldn't get the fill, I tried market. It's already, the ask is already back up. The spreads were tight there though, so I could have gotten a fill. That would have been a sweet 16 to 20 cents win. You need those type of trades on these days. Can we see the new high? Perhaps not. Yeah, it's having a hard time here. Very disappointing sequence there for me. Great trade idea, just ridiculous execution there on that dip. Nice move for BCEL, cheaper stock. A bit of a triple top there for the breakout. I don't like that I'm not nicely green here. It's not great. It's not good at all. I gotta be careful. I gotta be very careful. There's a good bid again, but we're not opening up there. You gotta be patient. You gotta be patient. Are we gonna see a bigger drop here? I honestly would prefer to hold up tight, but it's possible. Yeah, looks like it could be backside here. A couple of false breakouts at the highs, but missing that first pullback now with that perfect read. Not good. That would have put us up like 600, and we could, at that point, we could have just started protecting gains. But unless it gets back to like 90, I don't know, I'm a little skeptical. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up. It helps us out a ton. So the lows were at 61.57 area, low 60s. So can we get over the VWAP? Oh, right back down a bit. Spread's opening up there. Let me rotate through the other ones. On the way up too, maybe I could have used a little bit more size faster. So I'll keep an eye on it. We're seeing a bit of a bear flag. LAES. The volume has been decent. The dip wasn't bad there down at 29. We'll see if this one does something. The daily chart doesn't look that bad either. I want to see more buying in that. The high is at 42, but there's some sellers there on the ask. ROMA, I like that we're, well, if we can get back a little higher, maybe like, high 70s. Okay, that was definitely a little early. 35. Time. The candle has less than a minute in it, so this should be a big area here. But we're not seeing any sort of volume, so I'm gonna reduce risk a little bit. 34. To the depths. It's a little. The other one is back to high 70s, which I do like. I like it in that area there. But watching this other one, I might miss some trades. What was that height? What was the height of flag there? I think like maybe 81. Can we get the new high of day push here? If the volume is high enough, I wouldn't mind trying it a little bit more aggressively. It's back down without a proper test. What was the high? 40? Oh, that's a scratch trade there. We got 79, 83 for the high of this flag on ROMA. This could be a good dip. Um, the other stock ROMA, the volume is like super low. The volume is super, super low. SPC back at 290s. Talk to me nicely, man. Good. Now take me to the moon, if possible. ROMA is moving again. I'm gonna use size this time. And I just try and be a little bit more aggressive to get green if possible and get the heck out of here if I can. I'm gonna pull it on screen in a sec. There's selling coming in, which isn't great. Okay, good. Maybe I unwinded a little too soon there. The other stock is back at 37, which is really good. So I unwinded that thing way too soon, man. That was a great trade. There's a 4,000 share seller that came that kind of threw me off a bit. It might try again for 5. Can we see it? The buying is good. The buying is good. Or maybe not. I gotta pull it on screen here. Didn't really get a chance to, but I took the break, the hype, the bear flag over VWAP. Now we need break of 5 and a retest of the highs. It's holding very well. Come on. Where are those bulls? There they are. They're on top. Do not fail. Now, once it doesn't fail, good, good, good. That's what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to size down a bit. We might get halted up 38. The bull's showing up right on time. If this dips, I like it. Maybe it doesn't. Mid to low teens, I'll take anything there. Oh, I got 16. I'll take that. Tight stop. If it holds, great. If it doesn't, tight stop. Take a couple cents. I can get back in. Okay, okay. It might be a little on the stronger side here. Ooh. Okay, maybe I need to ease off. Let me size down a little bit more. There's a lot of trades in there. Maybe a little too many. I got 97 there, not great. It's giving back all the gains. I'm switching back to the other one. Switching to LASE. I don't know. We really needed that halt up, man, but this one we got back over 37 after that dip. I did take that dip, but I sold it like 27, 28. That thing crawled all the way back to to new highs. All the way up to new highs. I don't know, unless ROMA gets back to like 515. I don't know how I feel about it. But I'm gonna protect the gains. Right now it's about just protecting the gains. We gotta do it, do a good job here. In fact, if it doesn't come back up and this one fails, I'll just shut it down there. Guys, be sure to hit the thumbs up. The trade that I took for break of VWAP was initially a scalp trade, right? It goes to, I'm in at like 76, 75. It goes to 89. It's a decent trade. It gets to about 95 or so, or something close up there. And once it dips down into the previous resistance, I take big size. And I'm holding for at least like 40 seconds there, which for me is, a little longer for that type of trade. And it's back at 506, so I'll start watching again here. So I'm in holding, and there is a 4,000 share seller that pops up at 83 after it seemed like it's been, like struggling a bit to hold. So I sold like the bulk of the shares and kind of missed out on like 15 cents, at least 1,000. That's pretty good. It might go here. Oh, there's sellers at 20. Oh, it is gonna go. High risk trade buying this high. The real entry was sometimes you get chopped out, man. All right, walk up the ladder. I don't mind you walking up the ladder here. Big order walking up the ladder. Brutal fill. Really, it's not good. Somebody's selling. It should have went. It should have took off. But it's still here though. I can still go. Dang, I'm selling too soon. Can we get a retest? Bro, come on. That was so much buying. There's a small seller at 50, a hidden order, I'd assume. Good trades. Not quite the gain though that we would want. A lot of risks too. That's the most important part. Those type of trades, they're 2,500 shares up at 50 is like insane amount of risk. Could easily flush down 20 cents in an instant. Uh-oh, what's going on? Why? Why? Like, why does that happen randomly like that? Do I need to size down the one share and just test out the orders here? I'm hoping that was just like a fluke. See, I'm hesitating, man. Come on, come on. It's a decent build up there. It might try again. And that was a nice 10-cent opportunity I missed there. But when the broker does something like that, you gotta at least be a little concerned. Are we failing? Or like what's going on here? I'm still buying just because of, it being a little stronger, but we might get a. Come on. Not making progress here in this range is crazy, man. There's 588. I kind of have to ease off. Hopefully we get locked in here. But just remember there's a potential offering. I personally would not be holding in anything. There's 97. There's some aggressive traders who are not going to care, who are not going to mind. The halt is now at 597. Man, I got to tighten up, man. This we should already be up way more with a move like this. This is absolutely what we would want here. It's a beautiful move. Maybe we push over 6. The halt is at 604 now. It's moved up a little bit more. I'd love to see a pullback before. Come on down. The price is right. Dip, 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 dip. Like there's nobody business. Come on, more. Okay, maybe no, maybe not. It might try. Are we gonna see it? It's having some trouble. The halt is now at 612. It's super extended. I wouldn't be surprised, especially with this like false breakout there, if we get a much bigger drop off here. Maybe the $0.5, maybe even lower. It's possible. It's always hard to tell. We got 60. What was that 63? 61. So it's right back up though. 61. Sometimes they move so quickly. I'm gonna size down to 1,000. I'm gonna still have bigger size, but we gotta make sure we don't get chopped around here. Okay. Volume is coming in pretty aggressively in some of the areas here. But will it be enough to get us over 6? I'm just gonna be patient. I'm just gonna keep waiting. High or low, either at the high or at the low, right? That's my approach always. Come on. There's a bit of a spread at times. on. Ooh, I'm gonna sell too soon. Yeah, there's bids. We should go here. We should. Can we see it? Can we see it? Can we see it? It's not going though. I'll try again. If we hold, I'll try again. Terrible fill. It's taking too long. Getting some brutal fills, man. Not much progress again. Maybe I should just size back down. I don't want to be getting caught buying too high on some of these dips, but that was good there, 77. The halt is at 645. Don't forget if you're watching on YouTube to hit that thumbs up. If you're not actively trading, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We go live every weekday morning around 9:15 a.m. Come on, let's string together some winning trades here. High of the current candle is 91, high of the last is 05. We string together some winning trades here. There's a small seller there at should be mooning right there, man. I don't like taking on that type of size and it doesn't go, so gotta be careful. I'm gonna keep trying though, because we could get like a push all the way to 620 and the halt up. So I think the risk will be worth it. That was probably a poor trade. I'll wait. Could happen pretty quickly too. We just gotta hope we don't see a huge flush down, like 50 or something, which is always a risk. The volume keeps coming, but again, we're just like stalling out. So I've lost 200 bucks here. It's coming, but it's stalling right out. Maybe if we get that R to move up the ladder a bit. Volume seems light. Maybe we need a bigger drop. There's definitely buying there, but it's still coming down. Easing off a little bit. I don't think it's backside, but short sellers definitely could have gotten in up there for sure. They would have had time. I don't mind the smaller losses as long as I don't see like a 30-cent drop, I don't mind. We missed so many moves, man. Like it's like literally coming down to the seconds on the way up. We missed a ton of like maybe like 50, 60 cents, maybe more. It's not a bad place to take the 5 minute setup down here and just hold towards maybe VWAP for myself. Sometimes that's better to do for me than to be in and out a million times. The only thing is with this stock is the daily chart. I think we look decent, right? It's like a recent IPO. And we have that big red candle on the way down. But can we keep going? If over the next hour we can get back to the highs. Well, not over the next hour, but next couple of minutes. Maybe over the next hour we can get to like 750. That would be amazing. But if not, to the depths. And we lock in the gains and we get out of here. Guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel if you are a new viewer. Right here, the high of the flag is at 66 and the low is at 41. As usual for me, higher low. There's a decent trade over the high. And will it continue here? Perhaps. Perhaps. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Give me that trade, brother. Oh, I got high fill. Damn, that was quick. I must have got a brutal fill. Sometimes that's the case, you know. Halt is at 25. We'll get locked in. You got to try that trade over to Hyder Bear flag, man. You got to try it sometimes. And I did. And I got a good. I didn't expect a high day push, but I got lucky with that type of push. I was looking for 5 or 10 cents. And we will get locked in. There's a ton of bids here. Oh, no, I'm going to get a little too late for that screenshot. Let's see that fill. I bought 3,500 for break of 6. I'm in. Where is it? Did I not buy 3,500? Maybe I. Oh my gosh. I changed the share size. Oh, that is disappointing, man. That is disappointing. I got in at 97. See, I was wondering how I didn't like how my gains didn't like skyrocket there. I bought the wrong share size. Well, I don't understand why I brought down the share size there. If it's not one thing, it's the next, right? 22 cents. 22 cents. Which would have been on 3,500 shares. Man, about $700-800. Instead, it's half the amount, or actually less than half. See, in the extra cushion, I should have to be more aggressive on this resumption. It's like you kind of feel a little strange, but I'll risk like 400 here, so I'll still bump up my size a little bit. But dang. So in the moment, once I saw my P&L after the trade, I'm like maybe I got a high fill because okay, 3,500 shares, maybe I got filled at like 608 rather than like 98, and maybe that's why my gains were less. That would have pushed us to like 33, 3,400. But nevertheless, you know, we're not complaining. Just a little bit of a technical error there. Resumption will be at the not at the hour, at the 30-minute mark. No, 20-minute mark, 32 seconds. So 10:20 here on my time. 32 seconds. Alejandro. Let's take a sip of water. Pastor. Pastor is always slacking. What will it take to come here and have a flawless day? It's happened once in my career, one time. And I was up $230 that day. A day where there was nothing more I could have done. It was a slow day, and I traded it like perfectly. Nothing else I could have done. Nothing I could have done better. Anyhow, let's stop the chatter and let's make sure everything is prepped for this resumption so we don't play ourselves here because yesterday we made that mistake. So share size check. We got big size check. Level 2 check. Daily chart. We'll see how far we can go. I think somebody did mention again there was some potential chance of like an offering or something. But with this type of drop, I don't think I might have read it wrong, but with this type of drop on the daily chart, I doubt we'll see anything of that. I didn't really read that headline. I just assumed it was probably an offering. I'll be looking for the dip and a rip. The famous halt resumption pattern. 30 seconds and counting. If it opens up higher, can we, pull back, base out, and then retest the highs? If it opens up sideways, can we dip and then break high of day? If it opens up lower, I'll basically take a high of day trade if it presents itself. All with very tight stops. 10 seconds here. ROMA 625. It's showing 52. What will it be? Here we go. Not bad. Can we get a dip? Can we get a dip? There's the dip. There's the rip. And if it gives another trade, I'll size. Oh, that almost failed right there with the size. Over 50. All right, easing off. A little disappointing there. I don't know how I did not make money though. It's getting a little choppy. Yeah, I don't know how I didn't make. I thought I made money. I'm not sure what happened there. Loss of $300. Like, come on. Yeah, it's fighting here. This is the previous halt up level, right? Which sometimes act as support. It's just pretty volatile, and there is a spread at like 5 cents at times. I think that's what's probably getting me. What is it gonna be? Up or down? Do not fail me now. Bro, every time I size, I cannot get a winning trade, man. It's back down, rejecting 50. And I'm assuming, where did I get filled? 44. Okay, not bad. Tight risk there. It's a lot of size to be pushing, though. It's still, as long as we can hold up mid-teens or low teens, I like it. I think I'm gonna size down a bit. I'm gonna come down in size. How's this gonna do here? That was 05 for the lows. We need to hold up these teens. 17, the lucky number. Couple of cents gain, I'll take. I'm gonna do max size just 2K and size down to 1K base size. We haven't really been able to make a ton of progress, so we gotta just take that as a sign as well. Again, a big part of what, our game plan this year is to just protect the gains as best as possible. High fill there. We'll take a loss. Would have wanted to hold longer. I could have gotten teens. There's a 10,000 share buyer 15. The low is at 05. The candle has less than a minute. I'd like to see it curling back up to mid 30s here, if possible. If this gets back to mid 30s, I feel pretty good over the next minute. If not, then maybe it's a longer consolidation. I would hope it's not finished, so I'm not even going to say that. KB, are the Bulls still alive? Perhaps not. Perhaps not. Could have took my 5 to 10 cents there, but The candle's going to close and we're towards the lows here. So we're going to get like a big red candle. Definitely doesn't look great for the charting, but not the end of the world. So there's 30, not bad. Of course, it chops me out first, but all part of the game. 38, 39. Sometimes it just chops you out just to make the move. So let's see if it gives another entry here somewhere. Like that, 24, I'll take. Now, do not go to the lows of 605 here. That's what I don't want to see. Can we hold up this area, retest 40, 50, and so forth? 30. Do not let a 2,400 share seller stop us. Okay. If it shoots all the way back up to 30 here, I'm gonna go crazy. 609. This is tricky for me when we make such a, because we went from 05 to 40. I wouldn't expect us to come back down to 05 again. It does. I'm gonna always lose on that trade every time. Unless the theme is just like, extended dips. And it's a hard dip to take sometimes because we can just flush down to 580. I think that'll do it though because I'm just losing here now. I have to stop. Yeah, we'll take it. What an interesting career choice this is, man. It's like I feel good. I feel good. I'm grateful to be up this amount. And there's 30 again, right? I'm grateful to be up this amount. But there's just a weird feeling on the inside for all the trades that just, on my side, not the market, because you'll get chopped out. That's a part of it. But the errors that I'm making, it's just gives me a headache. So the extended dip at 6 is going to hold nicely. Instead of buying 24, I need to be buying like 605, 608. This is a great balance if I do. And right here, can we see 40 again? If we get over 50, I think we might see a new high day. I think it'll be likely. Well, just the number one risk will just be a huge red candle out of nowhere. That's usually like the risk for a stock like this. So that is not a problem, right? Like if we know that's like a lower chance of happening, we just have to not use super huge size and it'll be impossible for us to get back all of our gains. So, it's like if you decide to keep trading, you just use a share size that's appropriate to where if you lose big, you're still not going to really lose. Because if it gets over 40 here, and there's 33, there's 39, short sellers are starting to get scared here. The bids, though, what are the bids doing down there? This is where we don't want it to go all the way to 605 again. Like if we pull back to 605 here, like come on. We need to hold up this area and keep going. There's 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 24. Will the bids hold up mid 20s? 25. $6.20. There's 12. So it's back to 05. It's basically here. Can we hold though? Damn. Alright, that's cool. This is not bad if we can hold up again. But, you know, we would have loved to already be over 50 here. This is the third time, which I don't love the third time. But if the Bulls are still alive, maybe we can get one last hurrah at the highs. So it's back here again. What is it going to be? Are people still going to be buying and holding, or are they going to let this thing go? Alright, there's still some buying. If it gets into an extended move up, I'm going to try to get in somewhere along the way. Some people will have already been in, maybe at like 605 right now, 608, maybe still holding. Assuming they're like recycling shares, some people might still even be in at like 450, right? Holding from way back when. I don't know, it seems good. We just don't want to see that huge flush out. If it breaks down, we need a good reclaim. It's a tight drop, but we're not seeing buying. 88, 84, 83. Is this the backside? Is this it? Is that it? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Well, it's good until it's not good anymore, right? It's pulling back into yesterday's high, which could be a good support area, right? Mid 70s, which was earlier. Resistance and then support. Okay, I think that'll do it here for me. Great day. We'll lock it in. We're grateful for this momentum because not every day we'll see momentum like this. For those of you going the distance, because some of you guys will go the distance here. I'm not. I'll be out of here. If you're going the distance, continue to be patient, continue to be diligent. Continue to watch for those setups and opportunities that you know and love. I'm going to check out the comments today. You guys can post any questions, comments, or concerns. And then after like 10 minutes, we'll shut it down. If this thing gets back to like 515, what's that, 615, I'd be interested again. But right now, I don't know. So I'll wait. 5K size, man. 5K size. We are at 2200 to 2100 today. Oh, shoots. Oh my goodness. Man, you can't blink. Dang, you can't. Jeez. I look away for 1 minute thinking you know, it seems like it's struggling up here at 30 though. Man, I look away for 1 second. There's some huge bids there too. It's not easy. It never is. That person like they canceled. There was a seller there at 30. Okay, it's back again. It's a tricky stock, man. It's a tricky stock. Definitely something to get back a lot of profits on. I'm not going to walk away from the momentum, but I got to be very careful about giving back gains here. Such a long bounce. A lot of these pullbacks, I'm expecting to see some sort of immediate buying at the low, but sometimes it's a gradual, it's a very gradual push. Well, I was trying to avoid that loss, man. It's gonna get me still. There's 2 minutes left in this candle. We got to string together some winning trades here. As long as we can string together some winning trades here, we'll be just fine. There's a minute left in this 5 minute candle. I think it's pretty healthy. Lows at 95 right there. It's quite spready in this area here. 8 cent, 7 cent spread. Okay. All right. The next uptrend might be brewing here. We did a good job at the lows. Really. Oh, five. I'll have to take a loss there. The longer hold time is really better here. The low was 65. 85 right there. I need to grab my chair and I need to stop trading this thing like this and be more patient and wait. I think if I'm disciplined here and I play this right, I can get a good I can get to add gains here. If assuming we actually curl back up. If not, we're gonna be disciplined, not touch it. LASC hasn't been bad either. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to stay hydrated. Stay hydrated out there. Maybe this thing is finished, man. It's just so hard to tell. I mean, we got two great bottoming wicks. But then we got this big red candle. Like, are we gonna see the Christmas tree? Or are we gonna curl back up here off another dip? So far, it would be higher lows if we do, which could be pretty bullish for a wedge here. And that low is 85 or so, so it seems like we're getting higher low. So can we continue to get tighter into this wedge over the next couple of minutes? Can we see a breakout or breakdown? Preferably a breakout, of course. If it does go, we must capitalize. If not, we might as well shut it down. So right here, I got to get comfortable, keep my hands on the buy button, and just keep watching in case we see something like super obvious. So far, so good here at 85. Even if it breaks below 85, we need to just hold up. 65. What was that? 65? But we would want aggressive bottoming wick candles. There's a 10,000 share bid, a 14,000 share seller at 89 and 90. Interesting level here. Will we see buyers is a good question. There's 75, so it's coming down a bit. I'm keeping an eye here for anything obvious. And I'll be in tight stops at the lows. I'm going to try and hold this if possible. Like, I'm going to try to. We'll see how it goes. Because if the wedge comes, like if the wedge breakout happens, if I'm in, I don't need to even worry about trying to scalp it, right? I just hold this position here. But we'll see. It's always interesting though, because like you can say right here, like, hey, there's 10 cents, right? Which isn't bad. 10 cents for me is never bad, but I don't know. I think I'm willing to sacrifice whatever unrealized gain this is to see what this thing could potentially do here over time. So hoping it's strong. I got the stop in place. If not, to the depths, right? We'll see. We'll see what it does. 73. Well, maybe I'll be taking a loss here on this thing. If it stops me out, then it does. So from looking fairly deep, and the other stock is giving a new high, by the way. From looking good at 6 to right back down here at the lows of the support. Stupid thing on my lip. Oh my goodness. And there's no such thing as separation on a stock like this. I mean, it's just up and down in an instant. Do I position myself lower here? Son of a gun. I'm thinking, I'm gonna position myself lower if I get another chance. The other stock is given a huge breakout over there. all the way up to 277. I still have to be careful with backside, so I'll be looking for something obvious again. I was hoping just now we would have been getting ready for the curl back up. And that's not bad. That's not bad. I really ought to stop doing this. There's no real reason to sell that trade there. At least not yet. It's like me wanting even even better price than that, which is like not really, fair for the stock. Not even to myself, really. Yeah, LAFC's given a nice move there. Maybe break of three will also come along. So if this goes up here and I'm not in, it's my own fault. And the way how things work, it's probably going to go up. And it will be my own fault. That's just how things go here. Not to seem like a pessimist, but and here we go, right? Here we go, right on time, 94. This is this is stock market 101. There's six. I didn't have a good reason to sell that trade, so I'm gonna pay the price. It was a good idea to get in lower, being that we didn't get the move right away. I honestly could have stopped out break even too and just re-average, right, lower. Right here I can sell half and then just let the rest do whatever. That's how you trade, not the nonsense I just did. So this is pretty good. Pastor, pastor, pastor. Just in classic fashion. Classic. A bit of a pullback here, I think, is acceptable. As long as we don't like give a huge pullback, I feel. We don't want to give back all of these gains. So how well are we going to do here? You see, when I'm done trading, right? Like the trade just now, like that's what bothers me. That's what bothers me. Like why am I selling that trade? It's like the risk down there is low. I have a very obvious support. Like why am I selling that trade, which is a risk of $150 to make like 300 going up, 400? Like what is my problem? Again, it's like okay, we're up a decent amount today, but even with such a lavish cushion of 2K, where if I lose $150, who cares? Why am I so timid against the trade? Why? It does not make sense. It doesn't make any sense. It's like ludicrous. What am I so afraid of down there that I can't hold a simple 1,000 share position? If I want to be a great trader, just like I have to face this, right? If I want to be a top trader, there's no way that I can be doing nonsense like that, right? There's just no way that I can be doing stuff like that. LASE trying for that new high, perhaps. Sometimes you'll get lucky, and this like it's still looking decent here. Like the pullback has started off this move. Can we continue higher again and then again? Sometimes you'll get lucky, and we'll get like the red to green we saw just now, which is like a quick aggressive move right back up. There's just no way of telling when that's gonna happen though. Sometimes it's slower, sometimes it's faster. Other times it doesn't happen at all, right? Maybe right here it goes back down to 70 and then sell off. We just don't know. But the key for me is positioning myself in areas where the risk is inherently lower and tighter. And just buying into the process of the setups working. So, and this is one of those things where I think like if I am trading with commissions, I think I would be better because at that point it's like I'd be forced, right? Like in terms of like the in and out trades, like I'd be forced to just cut out that nonsense. I think I maybe could be an even better trader. So what it means right now is that I'm not disciplined enough, right? So I still have to increase my discipline in areas where it makes sense to, right? For the longer holds. As long as it makes sense, we gotta push for it. The strategy doesn't make the trader. Discipline is what makes the trader, right? If we can't be disciplined, then we're gonna struggle. It's just that simple. We're gonna have to watch trades like that fly right by, and we can't do anything about it. So next time, I look forward to being better in a similar situation. This 5 minute candle is about to close. This is not good here. We need this to close above 605. This could probably be the end here. Is this the beginning of the end? We've been having resistance here at like 610. This has been the consolidation over the last couple of minutes. We've just been in this area here. So are we going to go up or is it going to go down? The candle's about to close. We're going to close the green doji, which is decent. So can we see buying into this new 5 minute candle and get the 5 minute candle to make a new high over 13 and close above 13? Because if we get back up there and the volume hits us again, we're more than likely going to see like 30, 40 very quickly. which high of day at that point is like right there, and we can see something pretty good. Discipline, discipline, discipline. More discipline is required. If you're super disciplined, right, and you're flexible and you can adjust, you can start trading a new strategy tomorrow and over time become successful at that strategy. If there's something that's proven to work, right, and there's a blueprint for you to follow, if we're disciplined and we're consistent, we shouldn't have a problem over time. Not saying that it's going to be easy, because it never is. The easy doesn't exist here in this world. Easy does not exist. Perhaps it sells off here. I'm not going to leave until it sells off. If it does, then I'll be out of here. Ay, ay, ay. Today is Thursday. Thursday. I think we have an extended weekend this week. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We just had an extended week as well, coming into the New Year's. So for anybody who might want an extra day or have something planned, it's not bad. I'll be out of the office. LASC, potential break of 3 here. If it comes up aggressively, I'll be watching. $96. LASC, what will it be? This other one might be finished. 95. 97. 98. There are some sellers though. 16,000. 20,000 now at 98. 20,000. If we break 98, I'll be in there. 97. Where are those bulls? Can we see something here? Oh. I'll try one more time. The halt up is at 345 if it does something incredible. But pulling back here so far. Brother, brother. There's a new candle. We're seeing some red. I could have been in sooner on that push, but the other one sold off. The writing is now on the wall, indefinite. 1 minute trader, that's the way to go, man. All right, I'm out of here. For me to get out of here, there's only one thing I can do: hit the X button on this platform. If not, I'll be sitting here all day. That's what trading does to you. You gotta just say that's it, man. Or actually, I'll leave my E-Trade open, but yeah, if not, I'll be here all day long. So let me see if there's any quick questions coming in, and then we'll be out of here. Starting to look like a caveman. I gotta go to the barber shop. This guy, man, he messed up my hairline, so I have to let it grow out a little bit. That barber's gonna have to go to the depths and be replaced if he doesn't step his game up. Let's see how the Discord's doing here. Man, Anthony, man, the next time Anthony comes to Jersey, Anthony got to make it his mission to check us out. Busy guy, though, busy guy. Seems pretty cool. I follow Anthony on Instagram. Anthony seems to be a pretty cool guy. A lot of people had issues with orders today, with orders lagging, which did happen to me once throughout the day here today. Vitali, my guy, what's up, man? Vitali, how you doing, bro? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? It's been a long time. Uh, I hope everything is coming along well with the young one. Maybe the day might be coming soon at this point, I'm guessing. Boss man, I appreciate it. But we gotta be hard on ourselves, man. We gotta be hard on ourselves. The thing is with trading that's so interesting is that sometimes the rules can be very clear. I really love the stoplight analogy. Green means go, red means stop, yellow slow down. The rules were clear for engagement on that trade. It was like in my mind, it was clear as day what I needed to do. It is, I don't know, man. It's just it is. It's something. It's something. It's something. We don't need to get into it again, but we have to be disciplined towards the rules of engagement, and ultimately that will give us the best odds towards being successful. Yeah, so there's gonna be a virtual meetup for the MMU students pretty soon. Marcelo, we were gonna do it this weekend, but Marcelo ended up traveling. Marcelo's doing a ton of traveling here towards the end of the year and into this new year, so we have to push it back a bit. So we didn't announce it yet, but we'll announce it once he's back in his office. May 17th. It's gonna be a girl. Wow, way to go, man. Vitaly, baking one in the oven. Humble Trader has a video out on Tim Sykes. Yeah, I think she knows Tim Sykes pretty well. I never really had mentors in trading, but I did watch a lot of the big YouTubers, almost everyone basically. But other than that, just trial and error. Um, Believe it or not, I think a Tim Sykes video is what got us into the market. Us, as in me and I got a sibling that trades as well. He ended up coming across the Tim Sykes video, and from there we started doing our research. Hey, I'm up 10 grand in a day. It's like we didn't believe that you could be up 10 grand in a day without owning some sort of a big business or being some sort of like high level doctor or something. So we like looked into it, like, is this actually real? And then it's like the more you got into it, the more you realized. We started on a Robinhood account, got extremely lucky buying stock MYOS or APOP, one of those stocks like that, and made 1600. Back then we didn't even know it was a halt. It was a halt. It got halted up into the opening surge, and just went. We made $1,600. That was, since that day is the day I knew that I needed to start trading. It's like I'm in accounting class. I look on the Robinhood app. I'm on the bus when my brother plays that trade, man. That's some crazy stuff. Anyhows, I checked out Play Trader, like all the people, like the general day trading stuff, some Tim Sykes video, some WT videos. I checked out there's a guy I still watch almost every day, is beginner trading. I watch beginner trading. His name is John. I watch John like every day, even now. And his channel has transitioned since back in those days from like day trading and day trading large caps to now like economic data. But shout out to John as well, man. John is a pretty cool guy. I spoke to John before, behind the scenes. I think like once we were supposed to have like a long like conversation, but it didn't end up working out though. Our schedules just didn't match up at that time. But John's a good guy too. The thing is with these people, right? Like if I'm to sit here and say, and I don't really like to name names, but in terms of like who's real, some people seem more real than others. I don't want to name names, but it's like some people you'll see it's like they're fully out there. Like even if there's a paywall, like you'll still see content of them trading. Other people, it's like they'll claim like, hey, you have to be a part of this program to see. And it's just weird how they'll show things like, oh, hey, here's a trade from 3 weeks ago. Like what does that mean? Like that doesn't mean anything. I don't know, man. I can't really say anything with certainty because I don't know these people personally. I don't hang out with them. The people I hang out with, I can for sure vouch for 100%. But I mean, at the end of the day, there's also people who will look at me and think that I'm delusional and ludicrous, and that is very well depicted on the Instagram and TikTok comments, where we have like 100,000 followers. Part of the reason why the thing even grew so much is just people having this disbelief that we could be up $1,000 in a day in a few hours. It brings me back again to when I started, right? Is this guy really up 10 grand in one day? There's no way. But then I did the research and realized, holy smokes, there's a whole nother world here that I never knew about. It's like the reality, and the reality, everybody has their own world they're living in, right? Some people are very aware, very well knowledgeable, and other people, it's not that they're not smart, but they might not know, right? And so that's where ignorance comes in. Ignorance isn't really a bad term. It's just lack of knowing and understanding. So, and no one knows everything, but it's definitely good if you at least do a little bit of research to see what it means to really be in the stock market. Because a lot of people are in it, indirectly via their 401ks and those type of things. But there's people out here, man, making some lavish, lavish gains. Even the gains I'm making is nothing compared to what some big time independent traders are doing, you know, 100K a day, some people trading options and so forth. For anybody like those people on that software, like in those apps, they'll have to like take the time to see, like and I post, like I'm not, I'm aware of how I post. Like I'll post certain videos because I know like it'll get a crazy reaction, right? And ultimately, I feel comfortable doing that because at the end of the day, I'm real. Like if anybody ever wants to take the time to look, like there's nothing to hide. So if I post a video on Instagram and it's like some sort of like nonsense or craziness, like then so be it. A real island boy. I've never tried options before. I've never tried options really. Yeah, John at beginner trading is pretty cool. But I never took a course though. Like I never took a course. It's pretty amazing that I've become profitable without like going through a program. Part of the reason why I never took a course is because I never could afford a course. That wasn't even on my like it's something I could do at the time. I'm not against taking courses. Like if the person is credible and everything is organized extremely well, it can be decent because you can save time because time is the ultimate thing, right? But if not, like don't buy a course. Then just scour the internet, do what you can, trial and error, take it slow, and then after a few years, you can probably get there. Nothing is guaranteed. Not even a course will guarantee that you can make it. I'm someone who sells a course, and I'm saying this stuff because it's just is the truth. But anyhow, as I'm talking to people's ears off, let's see. My brother does not have a channel actually. He was supposed to make his big reveal in Vegas, right? But he'll make his big reveal in the next few months because there's gonna be content that we're doing in New York, so he's not gonna have a choice at that point than to be in the videos. So he'll be in a few videos. You guys will see him pretty soon. We'll do a couple of videos. We'll talk about his backstory and where he is now and what he's doing to to keep in the process to get to the promised land. Mm, I got a headache. I've had a headache for at least 30 minutes now. Yeah, I don't see any more questions coming in. Is that a reference to the flooding that's going on, Jorge? I'll pull the comments on screen here for a sec. We'll shut it down in 5 minutes. I'm done for the day. Even if something starts to move, that's it. I'm out of here. Out like south. I did stop the screen recording. Yesterday's recording was uploaded as well. The Red Day recap. Have I updated my DAS to the new format? No, my DAS has like been the same way for like a year now. It's 11:20 a.m. Do you plan to make money from streaming? Like in what way? I mean, the YouTube channel makes money already. It's not anything crazy. The YouTube channel makes a few $100 a month. Nothing crazy. It's like, you can maybe go out for dinner or something at the end of the month. But for you to make money, here's how the YouTube mathematics work, right? Let's pull up the calculator. If you have it, the first thing that determines how much you get paid is the sector that you're in. Let's say financial, lifestyle, like exercise and gym stuff. There's travel videos, um, car videos. So depending on the viewer, they'll be recommended certain types of ads, right? Because they're collecting data on everybody here. They know exactly what you like, what you don't like, and all that good stuff. So they'll say, okay, Jorge, Jorge is watching hit this. We know Jorge loves, let's say, some sort of, chocolate. When the ad shows up, they'll show him an ad for a chocolate bar or something. So in this particular sector that we're in, which is the financial space, you get about $9, I believe, for every thousand. Is it $9? What's the mathematics again? I have to look at it. I don't want to say it wrong here. What is it called? CPM or RPM? Hold on, let me look in the back end here. YouTube analytics. Is it $9 for every 1,000 views? Yeah, I think it's $9 for every 1,000 views. So if you get right now, I get like I think like 60,000 views. I think I get like 60,000 views from this type of content that I post, which might be a lot to some people, but it's not a lot. It's like almost nothing. So of course you divide that by 1,000, and then you times that by 9. I don't know if this, let me see if this makes sense. Yeah, something like this, right? And then from this amount, YouTube takes 45%, and then the content creator gets the rest. YouTube or Google, if you want to say Google, Google is pretty brutal. There's other platforms that'll do like 80-20, even 90-10, 60-40. It's like 55-45. So they'll take 45% of this, and then I'll get like $200 or something like that. So if you want to know how much your favorite YouTuber makes, right? There's something called Social Blade. So there's an app called Social Blade, right? Social Blade can track the amount of views that a channel is getting. And so the last person that I checked out was Meet Kevin. I'm like, okay, how much money is? And I didn't even go to single screen here. I had the calculator and everything. So Meet Kevin, right? You guys might know this guy's like a financial channel. He had 260 million views. 260 million views in the last 30 days. So you divide that by 1,000, and then you times it by 9. He's getting paid, big bucks here. Big bucks. Of course, there's like a split with YouTube still, but he's making good money from his channel. I don't even know how in the world he gets this much views. This is kind of crazy. But you can check anybody who is on YouTube. You can copy and paste their URL, and it'll show you. So I'll search myself here. Relentless trader. I am the most transparent trader, so I'll say anything here. They have me as a B minus. So the reason why my views are not accurate here is because I post reels, And reels do not get the same payment that a long format video does. The reels you get paid like 3 cents or maybe nothing really. So half of my views are like reels and like short form content. But yeah, this is where we are here. 1,000 subscribers in the last 30 days. My channel is ranked the 8,000th channel. So I have a ways to go here if I'm to really get up into the top ranks of like YouTube stuff. Yeah, I have also not been uploading these last few days. I'm not gonna start uploading again till Tuesday of next week. So the views are for sure gonna be down. We do have more than 1 million views total. We deleted half of our video, or not deleted, but privated half of our videos at the beginning of like 2022, maybe 2023, well, 2022. I still have that stuff. Like if anybody ever requests, like somebody can say in the class is RT, like let me see how you did on, June of 2021, June 7th, June 9th, a random day, August 20th, and I can go back and give them that video. Anyhow, that's it. I'm over here doing too much. I'll catch you guys later. Stay safe, stay green. It's been Relentless Trader. Check out the links down below if you're interested in the classes. If you're interested in the chat room is where it goes down. We have over right now 6,300 members. There's over 6,000 people here in the community. This is absolutely insane. So shout out to the Discord, and I'll catch you guys later. Stay safe, stay green. It's been RT, your favorite YouTuber, and the pastor is signing out. Bright and early again tomorrow.